Anyway, what's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video, another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. This is going to be a quick one. Shout out to AM1. Did a really good stream that went, really dived in, so that's definitely one, make sure y'all absorb. I saw there was at 1,200 views, which is really great. Make sure y'all do it where it counts, though. Subscribe to AM1. AM1 definitely, has his mind in the right place, has a lot of information, lives it, not just talks it. And, obviously we need to support our skilled folks, our videographer folks. And yeah. So I saw the, Ulysses come up there, and I saw Ulysses in the chat, talking, the brain trust started 3.0. Hey, that's an opinion he wants to have. He can have it. To me, I don't, that shit, whatever. I saw Ryo come up there. Preem came from wherever he came from, and wag his finger as usual. And here's the thing. YouTube is egalitarian. Yeah, YouTube does favor certain people over others. Yeah, YouTube does favor the fuckery over others. But this, I'm not even going to get in all that because I want to actually be real focused on what I want to talk about. The main thing I want to talk about is this idea, two things. One is what the manosphere is supposed to be. And two, this idea of helping the youth. Number one, let's start with the manosphere is supposed to be. Number one, we did not sign no fucking agreement. There's no contract. There's nothing that we paid money into or paid time into or any of that bullshit. That, you know how people, cut their hand and then they shake hands like some kind of blood thing, whether it's money or something, to kind of cauterize what we were doing. That is not how this thing worked. You had people, some of which had like minds, some of it had similar circumstances and similar demographics, that was speaking to a particular demographic that has not been spoken to, and has not had the time to really, get out what they want to get out. As BGS say, be heard. And the reality is that's going to manifest in a lot of different things. Now, the conversation always comes back to, it's only talking about women, only talking about women, only talking about women. And at the end of the day, my thing is, and I'm just going to keep it, I don't even need to defend that. Because the truth is, people can talk about whatever they want to talk about on YouTube. When I decided to talk about the gynocracy, that's not a strategic thing to talk about the game views. That's not, in fact, that probably fucked my shit up more than it helped. But I thought it was important to talk to and speak on. So I spoke on it. And I continue to speak on it. And I'll continue to refine it even if I don't speak on it as much. Right? There's all, because I thought that was important. And you see people talking about the gynocracy, putting it out there. What I've came to do in the space to kind of have the space understand that is pretty much at acceptable levels. Now I will continue to talk about it, but it won't necessarily be as much, right? And it is what it is. I didn't do that thinking I would have people to listen to me or anything like that. And I still don't. I'm not like one of these people that's doing numbers or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I did my small part. But if let's say not a single person listened to me, if I had anything, I had a library and I had an archive that I could go back to and I could syndicate in different ways to get that information out there just so people know it's been said. And I'm not about to start talking shit. I'm about to just, straight up just say what it is. That's the one thing. But you have folks that because they don't have as much influence in the spaces they think they should, or they believe, because I don't see myself as like an influential person in the space. I say what I say and then I leave it, I put it out there and that's it. Like David Carroll says, I leave it there. You either pick it up or you don't. The end. I divorce myself from this need to be listened to or to be right. Because that's just going to lead to bullshit. And so you have a lot of folks that they get, and some of them have legit, some of them have more legit gripes than others. Like shout out to Spiritual Logic, but they come in here and they say this space as if you signed up for something that you did not get, and it becomes you have to be what you want to see. Otherwise, it does become, and like I said, Ulysses did create the Black Brain Trust, but still, you got to be what you, and I even heard it in what Ulysses, you could tell Ulysses being a content creator from Preem. Because Complex Design said a lot of that. He said, you know, you have to, he talked about like having ears to hear. And you're speaking, and this is what I was trying to communicate with AM1. You know, everybody is not going to, you can't, there is no way to make black men as an overall group give a fuck about the things they should give a fuck about. There is no equation for that. And look, to me, it's fool's gold. That, especially when you look at how much you have to give when you do not have infinite time. For what? For dude, when we're in the information age, because at that point it becomes you convincing folks to basically survive. Survive. And ain't nobody doing that. If you're a black man out here, I don't give a fuck what age you are. If you're over the age of 15 and you don't understand how real it is for black men, then at that point, Darwinism needs to handle it. And it ain't fair, but it is what it is. And so, you know, I can tell the difference between him and then Preem, because Preem is just basically white. People won't do the same shit Big J and Triple X do. People don't want to listen to me, so therefore fuck them. You know, or it ain't even fuck them. It's like I'm upset because people ain't doing what I think they should do. And so every time I get the opportunity, I'm going to let people know I'm mad. Come on, man. Even though Preem ain't a content creator. And so, you know, when people have this thing, Spiritual Logic, I think it's kind of, he's a panelist. And he said something about, you know, when I came on here, what this space used to be. And the reality of the situation is the Manosphere is only the collection of channels you listen to. And no one person listens to the same collection of channels. I listen, shout out to Knights Templar, who is in the chat. It's definitely somebody I would love to interview when I get my stuff a little bit more up to par. Because a lot of folks don't know about him. And he was up there with Book of Alpharonomy at 30,000 subscribers a minute ago. I actually need to go jump on his Patreon. Knights Templar. But the thing about it is, ain't nobody talking for their fucking health. When this shit was presented in a certain way, nobody really wanted to hear the shit. And at the end of the day, you have to package things in certain ways that'll move the needle. And so when I was listening to Spiritual Logic, he was talking about, you know, a lot of the stuff that AM1 talks about, a lot of the highbrow media, social engineering stuff, there's a certain type of way that shit has to be packaged. If you really care about them hearing what you say, this is the marketer in me. It has to be packaged in a certain way. And if it's like, well, I'm going to say it the way I want to say it, damn, you what then? People are going to respond the way they're going to respond. And that is what that is. And that's generally what I was saying. But people don't want to hear that. Because it was essentially what it seems like is people want us to basically make people do what they think people should do. And I'm like, well, why don't you do that? That's my question. Because you know how hard that is. You know how hard that is. You know how these people are. And then it becomes, well, we're going to blame the content creators for how the audience is. Which is why I always tend to focus on the audience when I'm talking shit and not focus on as much the content creators. Because I'm not going to sit there and blame content. And although content creators on some bullshit, sure. But I'm not going to just keep it on them. I'm going to show how these people perpetuate the fuckery. And people get mad at me when I do that. A lot of audience members be getting mad because they don't like that. Because they think they're not accountable to what they consume. Bullshit. If y'all want them gossiping niggas, y'all gonna be caught out because y'all drive a lot of that. And y'all think this shit's a game, and it's not. But get the likes up too, by the way. But that's the first part. You know, motherfuckers are always going to be critiquing a manosphere. At this point, I'm letting you know, some of the critiques are legit, but most of them, I just don't even listen to them anymore. Especially if you're not a content creator or you're not somebody that does content. I just don't hear it anymore. Because it's like, it's so easy to create a YouTube channel. It's so easy to get your thoughts out there. I've demonstrated for years, oh, you could be a nigga with a phone, and I demonstrated that for years. So it can be done. But people don't want to deal. People want, that's too much work. So a lot of folks, it's like, I'm just not hearing it. What is this space supposed to be? And the AM1 was saying it too. He was like, you know, what is the space supposed to be? Look, man, the manosphere is what you make it. If you somebody that you want fuckery, fuckery is what you're going to find. If you're, the manosphere is a reflection of who you are. If fuckery is what you're looking for, fuckery is what you're going to find. If you're actually looking to network with people and find like-minded people that have ideas, it may be harder for you to find black men with those same ideas as far as business, economics, getting your shit together, then you are going to find those people. You're going to gravitate towards those people subconsciously. You got people like Keep It Techie, AM1, you know, a lot of different skilled folks, depending on what skills you're talking about. If you're somebody do more into philosophy, the social engineering type of stuff, a lot of the highbrow shit like spiritual logic, you know, you're going to find those people. Basically, the manosphere is a networking tool, and there's enough variety of folks to find the people you're looking for. I mean, that's how it is. But this idea that it's our job, like the manosphere is not an alternative to the powers that be. The manosphere is not an alternative. The manosphere, we're not like this regime that we're trying to campaign for the manosphere administration really to run the black community. That's not really what we're doing. That's not really what this is. And a lot of people get excited. And I'm not saying you cannot add certain things to it. But what I am saying is I think people come into this shit. And that's not what folks, that is not what people are selling to y'all. It'd be different if people were selling that to y'all and then y'all would give it super chats or cash apps under that premise. That is, y'all know good and well that is not what's going on. That is not what's going on. Y'all are not being lied to. You all are not being misled. You all are not being miscommunicated. Straight up. I mean, for real. And this is not to say that there is no critiques of the manosphere, but I think a lot of the way people have the vision for what they think it should be, it was never that. Now, do we want to add things? It's like people saying, well, Disney was not always the Disney you see today. And people forget that. People forget that. So, and another thing, people want to make it seem like there's no progression. That's not true. There's constant progression added to this motherfucker every day. And more people are starting to pop off. Now, maybe the people know ain't popping off like they think they should, but there are people popping off. There are conversations that are being had in a much more higher brow way. So, all of this thing about, well, what are we doing for the youth? Man, our space skews like 26 and older. Our space doesn't skew you young. And I've said it straight up. It ain't my job. Look, I ain't got kids. It is not my job to save the youth. I grew up a type of person where I knew if I wanted something to go out and get it. I knew to respect my elders that had information to give me. I wasn't one of these niggas. If you had something that you could teach that I wanted to know, I knew how to, do respect to get it. I wasn't one of these motherfuckers that had to be convinced on shit. So with the information age and if everything is in the power of your phone, I'm not gonna empathize with people that want to fuck off and want to fall into the sea of pussy and chasing a bitch and all of that. When the information's out there, when these hoes are not hiding about how 304 they are, no. And no, it ain't my job to save the fucking youth. It's the job of these motherfuckers that are having these bastards to do their job. Point blank, period. But it ain't our job to do what the fucking school system ain't doing. That's not our job. And people like to make the manosphere this thing. It's like, yo, we ain't getting paid enough for all of that bullshit. And that's kind of a euphemism for what they expect black men to do. Black men supposed to lead the community with like in the negative, with nothing. You have nothing, but you need to be a leader. At the end of the day, our job is to basically be a hub for black people to speak ideas through, and then to vet those ideas. Black men, I mean. That's it. And then what you get out of it is what you make of it. You shouldn't have to be told. You need to increase your skills. Now, you shouldn't have to be, that shouldn't have to be something you got to be convinced of. If you do, then chances are you're going to be fucked. Like Glennon said, you will be globally reset. It is not my job to let you know that's coming. If you don't know that's coming by now, Darwin needs to have a conversation with you. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not on this. I'm on us being the elite. And when I say elite, I mean like the special forces. I am not on us to basically save motherfuckers that don't want to be saved. I don't. Especially after having a conversation with a lot of these niggas, as long as I have had a conversation with these niggas. And then the other argument is we only talk about getting women. Most of the manosphere doesn't talk about getting women. The manosphere and the dating coach community is two completely different communities. Talking about the social dynamics that black men face and the consistent bullshit and lies that black women tell and pointing examples to niggas that want to act like that shit don't exist is not trying to get women. That is the default that everybody comes back to. Oh, well, you're only saying that because you don't get pussy. Well, this is why the community is fucked. Because this is why it's fucked. Because only black men are really told that you really don't have a right to say anything about anything. Don't worry about it, just get your skills. I wouldn't worry so much about speaking against this shit if it wasn't a consequence to not doing so. The reality is, most of you, I'm going to say this straight up, if it wasn't for the black manosphere, most of you all would have no idea where black boys are when it comes to reading, unless you had a son. You wouldn't know. There's a lot of things that if the manosphere wouldn't have spoke on it, people wouldn't know. People wouldn't really have a good idea how bad it really is. They be thinking y'all be still thinking it's a whole bunch of niggas impregnated a whole bunch of bitches. So this idea that like this doesn't do anything, that's not really accurate. And again, if people want it to be a more skilled space, then folks need to start linking up and and basically add a skill vertical to it. That is what it is. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't give a fuck about no skills except for digital marketing. That's what I care about. That's what I'm passionate about. Everybody is not, all skills don't speak to everything. So it's like, it's not my job to create a university for black men to be inspired. It's really not. And I think sometimes people be putting shit on people and then they haven't really looked at what it takes to really put that shit out there. Because the white manosphere doesn't do that shit. And then it becomes, well, what are we doing? All are we doing is talking about women. That's not really what we're doing. These women are lying to us to the extent where there's a deep-seated hatred amongst black men and black boys because of the lies black women tell. That's what we're doing, is countering that shit. And I would ask people this: if niggas just didn't say shit, well, let's say if black men just didn't say nothing and just focused on their skills and resources, would that speak so much louder? That's not necessarily. You can look at how many times black people get fucked with. They do got skills and resources by the police and shit. The Me Too bullshit. Propaganda is a powerful thing and it needs to be countered. Now, the other part of it was I think I already mentioned that, was the help the youth shit. My thing is, yo, our job is to give people perspective, but my thing is everybody has their own passions. And again, I got a 9 to 5 still. Like I think again, you have to be what you want to see. You just do. And the thing about it is, we're being asked to do shit that nobody's being asked to do. We really are. Because I'm going to tell you, in the female space, there is no, well, you talking about getting skills every day. No, they just talk about what they talk about and they support her or they don't. That is what it is. And it becomes this thing where I got to be fucking Jesus Christ. And I mean, for real. That's what I got to be fucking Jesus for free. Like Jesus. And it's like, yo, I don't have kids, so I'm going to have a certain mentality about that. I'm just am. My thing is, I focus on the people that gravitate towards what I'm talking about. The young folks that gravitate towards what I'm talking about, like if I talk about sales, I'm talking about people, like, I'll perfect example. When Kevin was talking about sales, I gravitated towards Kevin. Kevin wasn't getting Kevin was getting like 50. I remember when Kevin was only getting like 50 views. 50 views as far as live streams. Viewership in the chat. I was one of them. Very actively engaged. That's kind of how Kevin first knew how it was in sales. Now everybody know who he is now that he talking about women. So I get it. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, this information here, and here's the thing that I was, and shout out to AM1. Just like how AM1 learned everything he learned on YouTube, what that tells me is information is there. And the thing is, the information doesn't always need a black face on it. Now, I have a thing where I like to show black men just to make a point. But the thing about it is, YouTube is not a developing thing. Everything is on YouTube already. If you actually know how to search, who to talk to, you can learn what you need to learn. Like, you can. So people saying that they can't in the manosphere, that's bull. You don't have it because you don't want it. That's really what it is. Like motherfuckers that sit here and talk about what the manosphere ain't doing, and really it's code for, I want them to do this, but I don't want to create a channel. But I want to be able to lobby people on what to do. And you said Kevin is entertainment. Kevin ain't manosphere. Kevin is entertainment. Okay, there's a lot of the manosphere that's entertainment. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Shout out to Casual Observer. Believe me and Highlanders calling us incels and broke. Yeah, that's white noise. The way you deal with that shit is you outbuild that shit. Results. And that's one thing I like about AM1. Results will eliminate a lot of that bullshit. Results and receipts will eliminate a lot of that bullshit. Trust me. I listened to that Jason Black video y'all kept telling me to listen to. And the first hour was good. I listened to the whole thing. And Jason got to take his shots as usual. And the way you know how you deal with niggas like Jason? Results and receipts. That's how you deal with it. Trust me, when I get more time available and I get the availability to scale at a very strong level, yes, I will really look at bending a skilled vertical. I will do that once I got the time freedom to do that. But what I'm not going to do, I put like 30, 40 hours a month into YouTube. I'm not about to do that and then make videos that ain't nobody going to fucking watch. If I make a video that I'm passionate about, that ain't nobody, that I don't think people are going to watch, but I want it out there, that's what the Patreon is for. And by the way, my Patreon is free. Now, with people now, me and AM1 talk about, well, should everybody have to pay for free game though? Yes. Yes. Yes, you should. I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something. And I was annoyed because there's a dude, this white dude, just got this YouTube thing. And he's got 1 million subscribers. And he calls it Primal Video. And he does it off, making traffic. It's about a YouTube channel about making videos and a lot of this shit. Man, I was so mad because he had it for $37 a month, but he's going to raise it. And then I missed the deadline because I saw a video he was doing about passive income and somebody that has 1 million subscribers. I was like, fuck. But I went and I bought me and by the way, let's be clear, a lot of this, shout out to you all the support with the Cash Apps. Shout out to CJ Banks with the $5 super chat. I found Kevin through you. Absolutely. It's a networking thing. And so shout out to y'all because let's be clear here, that's y'all money being put to work. So when I say this, I want to acknowledge that. So like I bought me a because I like that backdrop that AM1 did. So I got a black one. I got one of them backdrop pop-up ones that's black and white. And then I got for like $55, I got a stand. I got a little clamp for 10 because I already got the stand. For 10, and I got me I have no problem buying information. I don't have an issue buying, we gotta charge dudes for game though. Yes we do, because the truth is, if they really wanted it, they go on YouTube and find it. Because the truth is, one of the things about buying shit, information, I know what to look for. I've learned I don't have to look for the same thing, but I know what to look for. I know what to look for on YouTube. I know how to look for it. I know how to look for things that are adjacent to what I'm looking for now. So most of the stuff I don't need to buy because I know pretty much where it is. So if I'm looking to get trained on how to use Canva, I'm looking at how to get trained on how to do this, I know what to look for. I know how to look for it. And it sounds like it's just some keyword research. No, it ain't. It's deeper than that. Like, you get certain searches if you put in quotation marks. You'll get certain searches if you put all in title. You'll get certain searches if you do the filters for like within a year. It's a lot of different stuff that people don't know about. And so what happens is, you learn skills when it comes to research skills and stuff like that. So the problem is, you got folks, it's like, if you know that this stuff ain't generating a lot of traction, then yeah, if you think it's important, and I've paid other content creators for videos. You pay for it. It's $5 here, $10 there. It ain't even like really, yeah. Now, do I believe in putting out a lot of value? Hell yeah. That's why I recommended Glendon. But nobody wanted, and by the way, a lot of y'all didn't like Glendon before that bullshit, because y'all didn't like him. And that's the thing AM1 doesn't see. AM1 doesn't see that I can show y'all somebody that's got hella information for free, but because you don't like the personality of the nigga, don't matter that the nigga was homeless, don't matter if the nigga was married, don't matter if the nigga got all little check boxes that y'all want to say niggas don't be having when it comes to life experiences. Fuck all that. You don't like him. So fuck his information. Same thing with Erica. You know what y'all was saying about Erica. And now Erica always putting up Super Sly, using Super Sly as an excuse to put up some shit, side swiping, like a lot of folks, not me, but a lot of folks, because she mad. Because y'all didn't give her respect, even though she had receipts. So I already know. And you can't say it ain't about her personality. With her, it was probably about how she looked. I guess. Fuck what she done did. Y'all don't care. So I've seen that. So that's not, so when niggas come at me talking about, like when they would come on that after stream talking about, well, these dudes, I get what they were saying, but that ain't our fault. That ain't our fault. Dr. Claude Anderson said that he can't give away what other races will charge him for to black people. That ain't our fault. That's not the content creator's fault. And it's not our job to fucking teach these niggas. It's not. And so what we choose to do is we choose to talk about women and bridge the women into other shit. We take those topics and bridge them into other topics. Some channels are better than others. I know what I'm going to do on my channel, because I'm going to incorporate a lot of stuff. And I'm going to really get into some of the other stuff once I get the stuff built out with the affiliate marketing shit. Because I think that's a solution. Internet sales, I think, is a solution that can move a lot of y'all in the direction y'all trying to go. But I accept people where they are, and I understand that people will come to things in their own time if they ever do. And I accept that. You know, because BGS will tell you, I used to be just like that. Why can't black men work together? Why can't do this, do this, do this, do this, do this? And this is where you have to understand the culture part. Culture is the issue. And the manosphere is not here to change the culture. We're here to help you understand it and help you win by your own rules. That's what we're here for. And for you to be heard and to counter the propaganda and the network. Those are the edicts of the manosphere. Our job is not to come in and save the fucking black community. That's not our job. It's not our job. Our job is not to save these little niggas that don't want to read and write. That's not our job. That's not our job. A lot of us in this space don't have kids, and we have that mentality. That's not our job. Well, why should somebody listen to you then? You ask them. Ask the people that do listen to me. Ask the people that write me emails. Ask that dude that was a hell of a lot further than where I was when I was his age, that was excited, or he was excited to hear me talk. I'm like, damn, I'm just a nigga. You an XO. You in the military, 25. You doing your thing. Shit. I need to salute your ass. You ask him what he gets out of it. I don't fucking know. You ask them motherfuckers. Ask them why they listen to me. I ain't never told you I'm anything but just another nigga that knows how to think. I ain't no fucking leader. Not because I can't lead, but that ain't something that's gonna be put on me. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. And so, you know, a lot of them, when they were on there, and a lot of that I saw in the chat, I just wanted to move the conversation forward. It's like, yo, I mean, at the end of the day, things have to be put in their proper place. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying, you know, but at the same time, you know, this is why we need more than just one person up there. Because people want to say, well, this is all Kevin's responsibility. Nigga, Kevin got up there because of World Star and all of that. But people want to, it's like black wanting to make shit happen when they don't got the leverage to do so. Me and the City used to go back and forth about that. And shout out to Cidian for putting together the, or him and Lil Big Nate for putting together the Manosphere meetup, which actually was very successful, which is definitely a step in the right direction. So things are happening. It may not be happening as fast. And trust me, I'm paying attention to the momentum. And things can happen at a faster momentum, but a lot of folks got their own priorities. And when it comes to, well, the Manosphere is just entertainment. If it's just entertainment, that's because that's what you choose to watch. Straight up. Because Glendon ain't entertainment. You know, a lot of people, BGS ain't entertainment. When he's doing his, even when he's doing his, when I look at and trust me, I listen to entertainment. But for the most part, you know, the people I listen, so I ask anybody, who the fuck are y'all listening to? When y'all talk about all this entertainment, who are y'all listening to? Show me. Because that says a lot. Because, yo, I got whole channel, I got whole, accounts for other shit. Anyway. Yeah, she said, I let it go because I know what y'all did. She don't say nothing too crazy. So I let that rock because I know what y'all did. So I kind of say, I'm not even gonna say I give her a pass. I'm just saying I don't really, trust me, I noticed it, but I don't because I know what y'all did. End up. I know what y'all did. So, yeah, you know. I know what y'all niggas did. So I don't say nothing. Well, shit, I gotta start doing a reaction video on my damn self. Well, and even the entertainment videos, I mean, the entertainment videos are not like, y'all make it sound like, because a lot of, here's the thing, when black people talk about entertainment, what they really talk in this space, what they're really talking about is that's their way of hating on O'Shea and the celebrity jump. Oh, people forget O'Shea didn't originally want to do the celebrity jump. I was one of, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was one of the ones behind the scenes that pushed him to do it. I said, you should do this. And a lot of y'all be bitching about the Rumble being gone, but I was one of the ones. I said, yeah, you should do this. Because I said, that's a market that, number one, there's more men out there than you think there is in that market. And I said, that's another way for us to combat a lot of the bullshit where black people are. And then that's a revenue generator. Number one, that takes the heat off of people having to donate so much because you're working the YouTube partner program. And number two, you know, and look, O'Shea, I'm not the only one. And O'Shea ultimately made the decision to do it on his own, but I'm just saying, I was one of the ones behind the scenes that kind of, when he asked or put it out there, I was saying, yeah, man. And I watched pretty much all of his celebrity jumps. I watch them at about 1.75 playback speed. They come in and go out, just like that. Glendon is a better businessman than Anton, hands down. Hands down. Hands down. And if you don't know that, the only thing Anton is probably better at Glendon at is probably the restaurant business, because that's not something Glendon does. Ed, you always on you. I'm gonna. It's been at least a year or two, and you saying what you finna do. Well, hey man, you still listening? You still listening, aren't you, B? I was waiting for somebody to try to call me out on that. I do shit in my own time. That don't mean it don't get done. First of all, this YouTube channel ain't the only thing I do, ain't the main thing I do. This shit I damn near do for free. So yeah, when I get the fuck around to it, I get the fuck around to it. But I will say this. Part of why it's taking me so long to do this shit is because when I actually do start moving stuff, it's going to move fast. And when it moves fast, I don't want to hear nobody's mouth about it. A lot of this is me kind of slowly basically letting you know this is where it's going, this is where it's going, this is where it's going. So nobody tries to say, oh, you switched up on us, you did this, you went left. No, I've been saying this for the better part of a year. It's just like they do in the technology phase when they say we're going to do an upgrade. We about to upgrade to 32-bit, to 64-bit. You know? And then when it happens, then everybody wants to talk about the shit ain't compatible. Like, that's what happened with them USB-Cs. So, yeah, you damn right. And guess what? That don't mean shit. I like to give people long notice. Exactly, Lion. But the thing is, the manosphere, when people say the manosphere was created, that's even misleading. You had people that came on YouTube and basically started talking about these ideas, the end. There is no fucking contract in the manosphere. You got people that wrote that shit on their own that have an idea as far as what they want to do. But whenever you write something, you got to codify it in something. Codify it in something. This ain't no corporation. So when people get mad, they get full of themselves like, well, I can get mad at you because you, look, I'm a nigga making content. The reality is It's only like 2 or 3 content creators that kind of, you could argue I was on their channels and people found me through their channels at first. That's it. So when people keep talking, people say to man, like, you owe people something. That's bullshit. And the Manosphere wasn't created to show how to get women. And the Manosphere, for the most part, doesn't talk about that. Those are the dating coaches that do that. What you said is what we generally talk about. The lead attorney said that. But see, the problem is, like, folks like to talk about that like I said, that entertainment shit is a way of throwing shade at O'Shea. That's really what that's about. Oh, I don't like O'Shea, so he brought entertainment to this space. That's really all that is, and I know that's all that is. Y'all don't have to watch it. It ain't that many people talking about celebrity shit in the space. I mean, how many people are really talking about celebrity shit in this space like that? And even if they are, even if O'Shea is, O'Shea has the Hall of Game, the King Gonda channel, the interviews he does, but y'all don't fuck all that. He do celebrity shit. A lot of y'all are whining, and y'all don't want to say you just don't like a nigga. I'd rather just say you like a nigga, you don't like him, so I know where you coming from. Stop the sideways bullshit. And the content I talk about ain't really relationship content. That's another thing too. Like, where's all these relationship channels y'all are talking about? I guess because it's talking about women, that's what it is. But I have a reason for everything that I say. I mean, I've already made it simple as to what it is. Intercultural dating, interracial dating, not being loyal to a group that isn't loyal to you. But we know a lot of y'all don't want to do that. Georgia Boy said it's not about the money, it's not about the wealth in this space. Nigga, the Manosphere was never built to be a financial university. The Manosphere was never built to be a money university. If you want to talk about making money, Sub-Zero 3639, there's plenty of people. Again, our job is not to influence these motherfuckers in doing shit they should already know. That is not our job. And that's the problem. You all want us to be motherfuckers' daddies out here. That ain't my job. Motherfuckers are like the people that's coming to YouTube, but nigga, and guess what? Glendon is about wealth and money. And before that bullshit happened, most niggas did, again, you talk about ain't about the wealth and money, but when I presented to you people that talk about wealth and money, you can't say Erica got some sex shit going on. So you can't blame her. You can't say nothing as to why y'all didn't listen to her. Bullshit. Oh, that's why I'm like, bullshit. The people that actually value the information, Kevin was talking about sales back in the day. The people that value that information are the people I shared for. But I understand that most people are not interested in that. And I don't have any willingness to change you. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. So it's like people want to project on the Manosphere what they want the black community to be about. And y'all basically say, well, y'all niggas ain't about this. It's a lot of niggas in this space that's doing the damn thing. Y'all getting upset about what content is. And like I said, when I do shit on sales and shit, ain't nobody, like, my views go down. So I don't really want to hear that from a lot of people. Excalibur, her information is good, and her products are actually very well priced. Honestly, Erica could charge more than what she does. I've had a conversation, not telling her she should, but a lot of people have told her she charges way too low for her shit. And really, that's code for you need to stop selling to niggas because they don't appreciate, like really what you have to offer. And she trying to be, the good black person. This is the shit I know. I sell information, so I understand, how it is dealing with the black market. ARC has talked about that. So a lot of y'all can do that complaining all day, every day. But it is what it is. Son is a hot rod shout for the $10 super chat. The ones who complain about this space only talk about women are not interested in wealth, financial knowledge. Otherwise, they be listening to channels like Erica. They're addicted to the Absolutely. Absolutely. And trust me, I'm gonna have other information, whether it be on my channel or it be more on Patreon, so I can say, hey, here's a list of all this information, so niggas can't say nothing to me. Shout out to Captain Cisco. I don't know why people here are complaining. There's so many different channels. That's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to business and stuff, but you know what? One thing I will start doing, and this is an easy, simple thing, is to basically develop a list of a lot of channels. I got a list of some channels like comedians and stuff, but I'm going to develop a list of channels per category, and I'm going to have that as a resource. That way I can remove that from the equation. And it's going to be black people and black men in particular. I'm going to try to fill it out with as many black men as possible. And then I'm going to have a fucking Google sheet. That way we can just link it up. So when people say that, I can put people up to it. Okay. Now what? And it ain't no because I'm right. It ain't no because I'm right. Because I'm right. You just talk. It happens when I say it's going to happen. You the fool for still listening. So basically, you want to say, nigga, you just talk. Yet, nigga, you still here. What does that say about you? B. Hell, you still donate. What does that say about you? Gold Professor, money for the play. Appreciate that. And you act like people can't have legitimate good faith critiques. I didn't say that. I just said most of you all don't. I said about 80% of you all got hidden agendas. And that's been borne out. 8 out of 10 of y'all ain't got good faith critiques. Y'all don't. Because again, you don't hear me complain about the manosphere because I watch the channels that I value. The end. Do you? Y'all don't watch every manosphere channel. So again, I'm like, who the fuck are y'all listening to that y'all are just here? Oh, I'm tired of hearing about women. Okay, listening to people that don't always talk about women in the space. It's really simple. They are just mad. A lot of them are just mad that O'Shea did it first. This space used to not be about entertainment. This space, before this space was quote unquote about entertainment, this space was more about philosophy. This space was never about skills. We need to cut that bullshit out. You never show me the top 3 channels that had over 5,000 subscribers. Show me 3 channels that had over 5,000 subscribers that were based on dudes giving skills. You know how much I worked to get Carl the Tactician on this motherfucker. I damn near begged that motherfucker to just start talking. Because he's a skills dude. Antisocial, it does get draining. Trust me, you're not wrong. It does get draining. CGM, people need to understand that space with black men is going to have many different opinions unless you want it to be an echo chamber. Yeah. It is going to have many different opinions, but the problem is logic is logic. And the problem with black men is a lot with us is we like a lot of dudes come in here and they like to try to say, well, because I feel it in my heart. Fuck your logic. And so people want to say shit like it's an echo chamber when in actuality a lot of this stuff has been vetted out because you all can't logically articulate it. I'm not talking about you in particular, but you know what I'm talking about. Like the Democratic shit, the pro-black shit. Or you get new folks where they got an opinion, but their opinion is not based on, their opinion has not been vetted. All opinions are not equal. Their opinion has not been vetted with actual rigorous Q&A. And so a lot of folks, they got feelings that they want to masquerade as opinions. And then they want to say, well, they're all the same. No, they're not. Nigga, you don't need to co-sign 100% of what I do, but I don't gotta I ain't gotta fucking you act like I'm not supposed to respond to what you saying. You can have your opinion. You see you didn't get timed out or anything. I just said I don't gotta give a fuck about it. That's all I said. Erica has Erica sells a lot of she sells digital products. Like she's got a product that how to get started on YouTube right now. I believe it's $99. Erica's got a lot of digital products. Go to type in Classy Climb blog and on Google. You'll find it. She's got some good shit. But her shit for free is good. Her shit for free she could charge you for. I never said this space couldn't have. Remember, I spent 4 hours with AM1 going back and forth about the space and what it could do. Two of those hours was to talk about what it could be about. So I have no problem with talking about what the space could do. I have no problem with that. Yes, a high percentage does talk about women, but everybody doesn't talk about women. There are a lot of newer content creators that talk about women. And another reason is our social political situation is very much tied to the women. Because the women are lying to us. And a lot of folks want to be like, well, don't worry about that, as if there's no consequence to that. We got here because the motherfuckers weren't worrying about that. Because that didn't get checked when that should have got checked. So at the end of the day, my thing is, it's not like if you don't want to hear the women talk, there's not any channels for that. So the reality is, that is what it is. Because people want to say, well, we need to convert the space into learning about skills. Nigga, people are going to be doing that for free then. And nobody's doing that for free. They're not doing that for free. That content will not, and if they do it, it's not going to be for black men. It's going to be for everybody. Because that's the only way you could viably do that. And that's what nobody else wants to say either. There is no channel that's specifically for black men that's straight up skills based like that. Not 100%. Yeah, they do want some return on investment, at least return on their time. Then what do dudes do? Well, y'all just want money. And this is what niggas do. Niggas always go to the exaggeration of things. If niggas just wanted money, we wouldn't be in this space. If money was the only thing that we wanted, nigga, please, I wouldn't be in this. So when people say that shit, it's like, come on, man, let's stop bullshitting. Is that what people are like, I've been on this bitch for fucking damn near 4 years. I've sacrificed a lot of growth to talk about what I thought was important. So it's just, it's like, and the thing I really want to communicate to y'all, honestly, y'all ain't got to show your fucking face. If y'all think something needs to be talked about, why don't you create a channel and talk about it? I'm going to tell you right now, AM1 with the videography shit, very valuable. Honestly, AM1 could sell that shit. I mean, honestly, what AM1 could really do is do a YouTube channel, talk about I'm telling you, do a reaction channel, and then say, hey, I'm a videographer, give some videographer tips. That's why I showed him that Kirk Nugent shit, to kind of give him an idea of what that could look like, and then do a Patreon, make some fucking money, generate some passive income. Because videography work is very hard to learn, and little basic things could make, people don't give a fuck about the mics as much, but people give a damn about them cameras. Fuck them mics. But people, tech reviews as well. AM1 could do that. I'm dead ass. AM1 could do a reaction. I mean, honestly, AM1 could do 2 channels. He could do a reaction channel, and then he could do it to talk about the fuckery, and then he could do a tech channel. And the reality is, he could get the reaction channel to power the tech channel, and then use his credibility as a videographer. That's what the lead attorney in Pocket Watch with JT is. Honestly, AM1 could blow up. AM1 could legit blow up in the space. He really could. He really could. And then I'm gonna be one of them niggas that be like, I put AM1 on, yo. I put him on. That's not in my personality to do that shit. I don't do that shit. I put that nigga on. See, light-skinned niggas don't stick together. I put that nigga on and he don't talk to me no more. Now, I know y'all not talking about me. I know y'all not talking about me. No, I'm dead ass. Cause I'm not, look, trust me, everybody don't need, I'm not saying, well, you need to talk about women. Nah, hell no. Honestly, AM1, you really don't need to. AM1 dead ass, and I'm gonna tell you, I know you and BGS be having some contentious shit, cause y'all be having some political, deep state, differences of opinion on shit. But you take that out, because BGS said it, I didn't even notice. He said, yo, really, all you need is 10,000 subscribers. All you need is 10,000 subscribers, and motherfuckers will start giving you free shit to talk about their product. That's all you really need. And the thing about it is, you already had a studio, because it's a dude, Marty McFly is another one. Like, y'all know about the equipment. Y'all know how to talk about the equipment, to test it. You could be, I wouldn't even say, honestly, I wouldn't even say to put a channel, like, you'll be in a space, but you be in it, but not be in it. Like, the thing that this space could really do is really railgun your channel up, and then you just expand to a different demographic. Because I'm going to keep it real with you. This is one thing I did not say on AM1 shit, but I'm going to say it now. And it's something I should have said it. One of the things that we have to do is we got to stop wanting everything to be black in it. And sorry, I'm light skinned. I'm sorry. I know y'all think we always one foot in Master's house. I know that. I'm sorry, but you about to hear it. We got to stop keeping everything black in it. Black. We got to stop getting about that. We really do. The key is control. So what if I have, the key is control. Let's say you have and I ain't talking about with the women. I'm talking about overall audience. Let's say, so I would be an idiot to tell AM1 with the kind of money he makes to sit there, oh, you're a videographer. You need to make a YouTube channel, and your main demographic needs to be how to teach black men to get in the video with skills. Bullshit. You make that shit, you key that shit up to where that shit's available for everybody. And sure, you're in the manosphere, you share to them. If they can't pick up what you putting down, fuck it. Now how does that help black men? That's the answer, that's the question, right? This is how you help black men. Now, I'm not saying AM1 is going to do this, but let's say AM1 really wanted to help brothers out, because he was this thing, man, I'm not trying to charge motherfuckers. I get that. Fine. The way you do it is you basically create some of these videos, put it somewhere to where it's unlisted. You get you like a private Discord or Telegram. I don't know. I would say a Discord, whatever. I probably something that like you could turn on and turn off. And then you create a gateway that if you want to let like black young brothers in, young brothers that really want to learn and you really want to help them out, you see the spark in their eye, you know, you let them into the free information that you charging other motherfuckers for. That's what you do. And so at the front end, and I'm not even saying charge, like for example, at the front end, you got the YouTube channel. And then even though, let's say it gets to a point where maybe 25% of your audience is black men, but at 75% of it is everybody else, that doesn't mean you can't help them. You have a greater capacity to help them now. Now, you can't openly help them. You got to create back doors to help them. You know, and then they got to be able to pick up what you putting down, because then everybody else is going to flood through. That's what the other groups do. They create verticals for their own to get the skills and resources, but they sell to everybody. And when I say sell, I'm really talking about, like, we could consider going for YouTube audiences, like selling to everybody, being open to everybody. And then the channel as an asset works for a certain demographic. Hold on one second. Shout out to Gold Professor for the $5 cash app. So yeah, so that's how you do. But the problem is we've kept ourselves small because we want to keep it all the way real. No, fuck that. You be an idiot to create a tech review channel and it only be focused on black men. No. Now, what I would do is you run that shit through the manosphere so that you can rail gun the subscribers, and then we share and get it up there. And that way, if you grow the channel, now, you know, you can do more because you got more. That's socialpreneurship right there. That's how you would do that. And then on the reaction channel thing too, I'm not even saying you should keep it focused. I would keep it general. And people say, well, aren't you dealing with the white man's? Not really, because it's not that much. The stuff we deal with, like the stuff that AM1 talks about as far as the social engineering shit, that shit can apply. That doesn't have to just apply to black people. But at the same time, that stuff you speak on, you are a black man, people know it, and you're going to speak on certain things that's unique to us. But at the same time, you're from California, North Cal, and so you dealt with a lot of different people. That's authentic to who AM1 is, right? So the thing about it is, we want to say keep it real, because you got people that they got this I'm waiting for people to go left bullshit. So we got people that we're listening to that, and then we're really dousing people's potential over the strength of keeping it real. Bullshit. We need to get as many content creators really running as many audiences as possible, and then that way we can greater help our own people and do it in the back door. And when I say own people, I mean black men. In the back door. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. That's it. Because we can always create other channels. That's what O'Shea did. O'Shea created the King Ganda channel, and it's funded by his other stuff, like the Celebrity Junk. See, y'all, even if he didn't have King Ganda, I would still be supporting him. But it's like y'all people want to just look at the negative and not look at the other shit he did. Nobody wants to pay attention that O'Shea could have been like Anthony. O'Shea could have been like Anthony Brian Logan with 900,000 subscribers, just kissing a little ass, white ass. Straight up. And really, I might do a reaction channel, because there's a certain way I think I could do it. But like I said, I didn't want to be on TV. I don't really want to be on camera for in this niche like that. Freeman Journal says, truly being race focused makes people easy to control. I have not seen a very successful brother leading with race. No, I get what you're saying. And the thing about it is, people think, well, if your channel ain't 75% black men, now it's different than dealing with the women, because the women, they're going to be looking for that oppositional bullshit. So it's different if I say, oh, well, 75% of your content, 75% of your demographic is women. Well, women are listening to you for a specific thing. That's different than necessarily listening to having different groups of men. And then, it's different. And then now people want to say, oh, well, now you're talking about going into the white. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is most of our content, actually, 80% of the shit we talk about applies for the most part to America in general. And then the 20% that's focused on us, then we keep that. Or that content doesn't, think about it, when you look at the type of views we do, the type of views that we do on YouTube, that content can be put on in unlisted videos on Patreon. All we have to do is start getting better and smarter at how we place the content. That's it. We just got to get smarter. This is what everybody got Discords for. People got Patreons for. There's ways to get these links and shit. But all that pirate radio shit on YouTube, when we could basically build the shit to be a lot, because the more economically strong, because here's the thing, I'm not saying that we need to compromise anything. I'm not saying we need to get to the point where we're now speaking to what other people want to hear. We can always be in a position to say, fuck you, kiss my ass, and move on. I'm never going to cross the point in which I'm worried about what I'm going to say, and it's something I really want to say. And one child to $5. My overall goal was to get this conversation going within the sphere, at least for a few days. Salute to Edward. Yeah, and we're going to have a conversation. This is not going to be this is going to be an ongoing conversation. It is, especially in December. But yeah, but like I said, you got people that they got, Mace Taggart is another one when it comes to the sports thing. And so people want to see change, then you're going to have to get involved. But like I said, I got to go. But like I said, man, AM1 actually has a couple of verticals. He has the reaction vertical and he has the tech review vertical. And I'm telling you, man, like, shit, all you got, the keyword in that stuff right, because the production and everything you already got down. I mean, truth be told, Ty City's in here. Ty City needs to do a reaction channel. I got to start, like, really compiling channels so I can give people examples of what they could do. They may be outside of just the women talk. Maybe I'll do that as an intellectual exercise for you niggas. But anyway, shout out to Falcon Black. Both you and AM1 as I'm assuming you're saying AM1 because AMS is already there. Have tremendous potential. Love you, brothers. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate all y'all support. I gotta be out. And Keep It Techie's another one, and that's another thing. AM1, Keep It Techie. You get one person to pop off, it can help somebody else in that vertical. I told you all, it's time to start expanding the different niches. Y'all don't want to talk about the women, and y'all want to switch it up? Well, fine. It's time to start establishing that. I think sports is a good one. I think there's a lot of grooming is a good one. We need to start going where black men are. I'm not talking about just getting away from black men. We need to start going into greater markets where they are. So anyway, shout out to Grinch for the $10. Shout out to Grinch. I'm always sharing Grinch's stuff. Because Grinch is talking, he talks about the fuckery, but he also talks about what he doing in real estate and stuff like that too. So, see, man, I'm where these motherfuckers are just talking about doing shit. Because Grinch is always talking about you niggas need to do shit and stop worrying about the bitch, So, I mean, shit. And I share these people. Y'all don't pick up what I share. That's on y'all. But then people come at me like, man, why aren't you promoting this? And man, get the... All right. But yeah. And I get it. You know, I saw an ad talk about you want to be a YouTube entrepreneur. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm about to do that. Fuck it. Anyway, y'all. Yeah, I figured you meant because AMS, you know. AMS, the only nigga that took a phone to like 100,000 subscribers, saying lie to the bitch. Lie to that bitch. And one hacked the algorithm by telling y'all to lie to the bitch. I know Soul Provider did reaction videos. You know, we got people that can deal with the geekdom vertical, that can deal with different verticals. It's just, you know, it's kind of like you just need to organize the players. So, yeah, and we need to develop a centralized list to where it's, but anyway, anyway, with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace. Yeah, Darius M. Yeah, Darius M too. Peace out. Whew.